Hello and welcome back, this is Doki Doki Literature Club Plus, and we've entered a new game after a very crazy situation. We've only got two people here, Natsuki and Yuri. I tell you what, let's go for Yuri this time, she's going to be the easiest, so probably electricity. Yay, for graveyard. She thinks of dank, grim stuff, so she's going to be easy. So grief, vexatious, wow, okay. Vesta, desire, wow, okay, bliss, oh, no, that's cute, heaven sent, explode, disoriented, forgive, game, so that's going to be Natsuki, disaster, entropy, analyst, vitality, halfway, that's going to be, yeah, okay, that's actually food, precious sensation, there you go, and sticky, oh, okay, uncontrollable, yay, so we're going to be spending time with Yuri this time. Hi again, Sanzaris. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. No, not this time. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the Literature Club. I was last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Whoa. Okay. Thanks for keeping your promise, Sanzaris. I hope this isn't too overwhelming with a commitment to you. I tell you what, I'll go back to Natsuki. Making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. What the f— Jesus Christ. Oh, come on, he deserves any slack. You already had to be dragged here by Monika. I don't know if you plan to just come here and hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Yeah, sure. Hey, what? Hey, yeah, you're in front of the text. This has a big mouth that only keeps her mangas. What the f— Natsuki finds herself stuck between Monika and manga. Manga is literature. Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat. I'm sorry, Sanzaris. Well, make sure to put your comfort first, okay? Yuri shoots Natsuki with a disappointed glance. Wow, okay. Anyway. Is it me or is the music a little off tone now and then? What the hell? Why have they got sorry in the back? What? How long was that been there? Now you're getting the club or not? Oh my god. Well, perhaps you might have an interest in picking up a book to read? Well, I can't really say no either way. Like you said, I'm in this club now. So it only feels right for me to do something like that if you ask. Oh, wait, I didn't mean it like that. Sorry, I'm distracted by that. Sorry, you've picked poster. If you don't really want to, then forget I said anything, I guess. It's not like that, Yuri. I want to try and be part of this club. So even if I don't read often, I'll be happy to pick up a book if you want me to. Are you sure? I just felt like, well, as vice president and all, that I should help you get started on something like you might like. Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book. I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted. Is this a girl accidentally being so cute? She picked out a book she thinks I'll like, despite me not reading much. Yuri, thank you, I'll definitely read this. I'm enthusiastic to take the book. Phew! Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think. Now everyone's settled in, I expect Monika to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. That doesn't seem to be the case. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around the closet. I'm really curious to talk about Yuri a little bit more. But at the same time, I feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of a book. Looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. Ah, crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and her eyes meet for a split second. But that only makes her hide her face deeper in her book. Sorry, I was just spacing out. I'm out of this, sensing I made her uncomfortable. Oh. It's fine. If I was too focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But you're just rereading it a bit of this, so that's the book you gave me, right? I wanted to reread some of it. Not for any particular reason. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, that's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. It's something fairly obvious to hear that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. She bought it for me. I'll definitely start reading it soon. I'm glad to hear it. Once it starts to pick up, you might have had a hard time putting it down. It's a very engaging and relatable story. Is that so? What's the story about anyway? Well, I looked at the cover of the book. The book is entitled Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous looking eye symbol on the front cover. Basically it's about this religious camp that was turned into a human experiment prison. Wow, that's extreme. And the people trapped there have this trait that turns them into killing machines and that lust for blood. But the facility gets even worse, and they start selectively breeding people by cutting off their limbs and affixing them to... Whoa! Oh, that might be a bit of a spoiler. But anyway, I'm really into it. The book, I mean. No, not the thing about the limbs. That's kind of... It's kind of dark, isn't it? Yeah, I should have gone with Natsuki. She seems like the most normal person there. Yuri made it sound like it was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. You're not a fan of that sort of thing, Sanzaris? No, it's not that. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry. I hope so. Yeah, I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different. It's just that this kind of story is the kind that challenges to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen not just because someone wants to be evil, because the world is full of horrible people and we're all worthless anyway. What the hell? Then suddenly... I'm rambling on. Yes! The hell? Not again. I'm sorry. The hell? Hey, don't apologise. I haven't lost interest in everything. Well, I guess it's alright then. I feel like I should let you know that I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, my whole body gets what? Kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. What the hell? That was deleted from the history. So I'm sorry if I end up saying something strange. Yeah, you already did. And please stop me if I start talking too much. I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club after all. Well, that's true. In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right? Yeah, whoa! Yes, I mean you don't have to, but... what are you saying? I'm definitely going back to Natsuki. Let me just get the book. Quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. Alright, it's fine if I sit here, right? Slip into the next seat, in the seat next to Yuri's. Yeah. Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive. I'm sorry. Wait, the freaking Siri post is gone now. I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just that I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone. I see. Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything. Alright. I open the book and start the prologue. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel her presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing, maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri is in the corner of my eye. I realise she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. She looks like she's reading from my book instead. So sorry. I was just betting the feeling. What? Yuri, you really apologise a lot, don't you? I do? I don't really mean to. Of course. Sorry. I mean... Aha. Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk up until it's up against Yuri's. Then I hold my book between the two of them. I suppose so. Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we lean in a bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so instead I use my right hand to hold the book open. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page. Here. Yuri takes her left arm and holds the left side of the book between her thumb and forefinger. I do the same with my right arm, on the right side of the book. That way, I turn a page and Yuri slides it under her thumb and flips it onto the side. but in holding like this, we huddled even closer together than before. It's actually kind of distracting me, as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision. Are you ready? Yeah? Turn the page? Ah, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face again and our eyes meet. I don't know how we'll be able to keep up with her. Ah, that's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mind being patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me. Oh, she's looking at me. Yeah. Thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks me if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, I just assume she finished the page before me, so I turn it by my own violation. We continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. My thumb gently letting go of the page. Go over the page, letting it flutter over the side as she catches it under her own thumb. Hey, Yuri. This might sound a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little. Eh? No, I don't relate to this character at all. Definitely not. Really? I was just thinking the way she second guesses things she says and all that. Aha. That's what you were talking about. Sorry. What you meant, something else about her. Something else? No, never mind. We didn't even get that far. So I doubt. Don't know why that came into my head. Ahahaha. Yuri, are you feeling alright? Eh? Yuri's been a little fidgety ever since we started reading. You can rest if you're feeling sick or something. Your breathing's a little... breathing? Yuri puts her hand on her chest as if to feel a heartbeat. I didn't even notice. Anyway, I'm fine. I just need some water. Anyway, don't push yourself. Yuri stands up and practically rushes out the classroom. What on earth was that about? Zanzaros? Did something happen just now? Eh? I have no idea. Yuri is acting a little strange, I guess, so you don't know anything. Sorry, can't say I do. Are you worried about her? Oh, no, not really. I was just making sure you didn't do anything to her. No, nothing. What the hell would I do to her? I'm more worried about her doing something to me. Aha, don't worry, I believe you, silly. Yuri just does this sometimes, so there's nothing alarming. Alright, if you say so. Anyway, why don't we start with our sharing poems with each other? Eh? Shouldn't we wait for Yuri? Well, she might be a while, so I just figured we'll just start without her. Is that okay? Yeah, just asking. I stand up, make a mental note of where I left off in the book and slip it in my bag. Who should I show my poem to first? Okay, Natsuki. I told Natsuki I was interested in the poem yesterday, but when first I shared mine with her first. Well, it's about what I was expecting from someone like you. That's a little blunt. Well, excuse me. It's not like I said it was bad. It just didn't evoke any emotions, so basically, it's not cute enough for your tastes. You want to get smacked? I'll pass. Ugh. Well, anyway, I guess I need to show you mine. Not that you'll like it. Eagles can fly, monkeys can climb, crickets can leap, horses can race, owls can seek, cheetahs can run, eagles can fly, people can try, but that's about it. Okay, same as before. Yeah, I told you that you weren't gonna like it. I like it. What? Let's be honest. I am. Why are you so convinced I wouldn't like it? Well, because everyone in high school thinks Ryan has to be all sophisticated and stuff, so people don't even take my writing seriously. But isn't the point of poems for people to express themselves? Your writing style wouldn't make it or message any less valid? Yes, exactly. I like it when it's easy to read, but it hits you hard. Like in this poem, seeing everyone around you do great things can be really disheartening, so I decided to write about it. Yeah, I understand. But the other nice thing about simple writing is that it puts even more weight on the wordplay. Like I set up a rhyme at the end, but then made it fall flat on purpose. It helps bring out the feeling in the last line. So you did. I guess so. More went into it than I realised. That's what it means to be a pro. I'm glad you learned something. Didn't expect that from the youngest one here, did you? Yeah, guess not. I decided to humour her with the last comment. I don't really care how old everyone is, but if Natsuki is feeling proud, then I won't take that away from her. Who should I show my poem to? Monika, of course. Hi, Zanzaros. Having a good time so far? Yeah. Good, glad to hear it. By the way, since you're new and everything, If you ever suggest some clubs, like new activities or things we can do better, I'm always listening. Don't be afraid to bring things up. Alright, I'll keep that in mind. Of course I'll be afraid to bring things up. I'm much better off just going with the flow until I'm settled in. Anyway, want to share your poem with me? It's kind of embarrassing, but I guess I'll have to. Don't worry, Zinzaris. We're all embarrassed today, you know? It's that sort of barrier that we'll have to learn to get past soon. Yeah, that's true. I and Monika, my poem. Great job, Zinzaris. I was going, ooh, my head while reading it. It really is metaphorical. Not sure why, but I didn't expect you to go for something so deep. I guess I underestimated you. It's easier for me to keep everyone's expectations low. That way it always counts when I put in some effort. But that's not very fair. Well, I guess it worked anyway. You know that Yuri likes this kind of writing, right? Writings that's full of imaginary symbolism. Sometimes I feel like Yuri's mind is just totally detached from reality. I don't mean that as a bad thing though. But sometimes I get the impression that she's just totally given up on people. She spends so much time in her own head that it's probably a much more interesting place for her. That's why she gets so happy when you treat her with a lot of kindness. But I don't think she's used to being indulged like that. She must really starve for a social interaction, so I don't blame her for coming on a little strongly. Like earlier. I think if she gets too stimulated, she ends up withdrawing and looking for alone time. Suddenly the door opens. Yuri! I'm back! Did I miss anything? No, not really. Well, we all started sharing our poems with each other. Eh? Already? I'm sorry for being late. No need to apologise. We still have plenty of time. So I'm more glad that you took all the time you needed. Alright. Thanks, Monika. I suppose I should get my poem now. Anyway, do you want to read my poem now? Don't worry, I'm not very good. You sound pretty confident for someone who claims not to be very good. Well, that's because I have to sound confident. That doesn't mean I always feel that way, you know? I see. Well, let's read it then. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes could no longer see colour. So, hole in the wall. But he wasn't looking at me. Confused, I frantically glanced at my surroundings. But my burned eyes can no longer see colour. Are there others in this room? Are they talking? Or are they simply poems on flat sheets of paper? The sound of frantic scrawling, playing tricks on my ears? The room begins to crinkle, closing in on me. The air I breathe dissipates before it reaches my lungs. I panic. There must be a way out. It's right here. He's right here. Swallowing my fears, I brandish my pen. Wow, she's very weird. So, what do you think? It's very freeform. That's one way to call it. It's different from the last one. Sorry, I'm not really the right person to ask for feedback. Yeah, it's okay. That kind of style has gotten pretty popular nowadays. There's a lot of poems that have been putting emphasis on the timing between words and lines. When performed out loud, it can be very powerful. That was the inspiration behind this one? Well, I'm not sure how to put it. Guess you could say that I had some kind of epiphany recently. It's been influencing my poems a bit. An epiphany? Yeah, something like that. Kind of learns to talk about deep stuff like that because it's kind of coming on strongly. Maybe after everyone's better friends with each other. Anyway, here's Monika's writing tip of the day. Sometimes when you write a poem or story, your brain gets too fixated on a specific point. If you try so hard to make it perfect, then you'll never make any progress. Just force yourself to get something down on paper and tidy it up later. Another way to think about it is this. If you keep your pen on the same spot for too long, you'll just get a big dark puddle of ink. So just move your hand and go with the flow. That's my advice for today. Thanks for listening. Thank you, Monika. As Yuri reads the poem, I know I was lighting. Exceptional. What was that? Did I say it out loud? But Yuri first covers her mouth but ends up covering her whole face. Yeah, he's going to hate me. You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri. I guess you're right. Why am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imaginary metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before. This is not what she said before. Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really. Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces a finger along the words of the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah, okay. This is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there's specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers, and having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I've recognised in new writers is that they try to make their own style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds a train of thought, as if her demeanour totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone, and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example, and trying new things. I also hope that everyone else in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased though. Biased? How? Well, never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry. Yeah, it's fine. I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. Do you mind if I read your poem now? Please do. I'd love to share my thought process behind it. Okay. Yuri smiles dreamily, as if it's a real opportunity for her. I wonder if hers is the same or different, which is kind of funny. After all, this isn't supposed to be a literature club. Oh, it is the same. So only Monika's different. Ghost under the light. The tender of my care, do anything, I'm good like. After. Hey, it must be this one. The last dimension like to have was testifying. The last yet to be replaced by this can be with you in the future. Okay, reading here. Of the present living in the past, the life is life. Ah, I'm so sorry to have such terrible handwriting. What? I wasn't thinking that at all. But it took you a long time to read. Well, I just don't read scripts very often. I actually think your handwriting is pretty. That's a relief. I also like the program. Even though it's short, it was really destructive. It wasn't too short? I usually write long poems. Not at all. I'm really glad you like it. I'll be honest. Since it's the first time sharing, I wanted to write something a little more mild. Something easy to digest, I suppose. Are you into ghosts, Yuri? Actually, the story isn't about a ghost at all, Zaris. Really? I must have totally missed the point. Well, I suppose you did glance over it after all. But remember that poets often express their own thoughts, feelings and experiences in their work, but they usually do more than tell a simple story or paint a picture. In this case, perhaps the subject of the poem is only being symbolically compared to a ghost, lingering in her last remaining place of comfort, unable to let go of the past, and soon to be left with nothing. That's a lot more solemn, putting it that way. I haven't even thought of that. That's impressive. Yeah, it's nothing really. It's yours. Yours was impressive, so. Nah. If anything, I could probably learn a thing too from you. You think so? Yeah, of course. Hey, no. I was really nervous about doing all this, but in the end I enjoyed it. I'm going to keep on doing my best for you, Zaris. Me too. Phew, I guess that's everyone. Glance around the room, that was a lot more stressful than anticipated. As if everyone was judging me for my mediocre writing abilities. Even if they're just being nice, there's no way my poems can stand up to theirs. The music's going again. This is a literature club after all, I sigh. I guess that's what I ended up getting myself into. Across the room, Monika was writing something in her notebook. My eyes land on Yuri and Natsuki. They gingerly exchange sheets of paper, sharing their respective poems. As I read in tandem, I watch each of their expressions change. Natsuki's eyebrows furrow in frustration. Meanwhile, Yuri smiles sadly. What's with this language? Did you say something? Oh, it's nothing. Natsuki dismissively returns the poem to the desk with one hand. I guess you could say it's fancy. Ah, thanks. Yours is cute. Cute? Did you completely miss the symbolism or something? It's clearly about the feeling of giving up. How can that be cute? I know that. Just meant the language, I guess. I was trying to say something nice. You mean you have to try that hard to come up with something nice to say? Thanks, but it really didn't come out nice at all. Well, I do have a couple of suggestions. If I was looking for suggestions, I would have asked someone who actually liked it. Which people did, by the way. Monika liked it, and Zaris did too. So based on that, I'd gladly give you some suggestions of my own. First of all, excuse me, I appreciate your offer, but I spent a long time establishing my writing style. I don't expect it to change anytime soon, unless of course I come across something particularly inspiring, which I haven't yet. Nah. And Zaris liked my poem too, you know. He even told me he was impressed by it. Oh, dang, God, not again. Natsuki suddenly stands up. Oh? I didn't realize you were so invested in trying to press our new member, Yuri. Eh? That's not what I... Ugh. You just... Yuri stands up well. Maybe you're just jealous that Zanzaris appreciates my advice more than he appreciates yours. And how do you know you didn't appreciate mine well? Are you that full of yourself? No. I was just full of... If I was full of myself, I wouldn't deliberately go my way to make everything I do overly cutesy. Phew. Well, you know what? I wasn't the one whose booze magically grew a size bigger as soon as Zanzara started showing up. Natsuki. No, Natsuki, it's a little... This doesn't involve you. Whoa. Taking out your own insecurities on others like that. Did that music mean to do that? You really act like as young. What the hell? You really act as young as you look, Natsuki. Me? Look who's talking. You want to be edgy, bitch. Okay, what the hell's going on? Edgy? Jesus. Sorry if my lifestyle is too much for someone with a mental age to comprehend. See? Just say something that proves my point. Most people learn to get themselves as they graduate school, you know. First, if you want to prove anything, suffers until you think you can count themselves, put it aside by just and educate. What the hell? The only key things about you is how hard you try. Oh, careful, you might cut yourself down the head, Yuri. Oh my bad, you already do, don't you? What the hell? Did you just excuse me cutting myself? What the fuck is wrong with your head? Yeah, go on. There's this house. What the okay, go back. There's us here than you think. I'm sure it'd be head over heels after this. Suddenly Yuri turns to me, she just noticed I was standing there. This is Zoris, what the hell is going on? She's just trying to make me look bad. That's not true. She started it. How did I get what the fuck? Natsuki. Natsuki. Natsuki? What the hell? Does it matter? It doesn't matter. Ah! Monika, go away! The hell? Hey, Zanzaris, why don't we step outside for a bit, okay? What the hell happened there? Sorry about that. They really shouldn't have tried to get involved. It's probably better for us to stay out of this. We'll get back inside once they're done yelling. Ahaha, that's some present I am, right? Can't even confront my own club members properly. I just wish I was able to look more assertive sometimes, but I never have it in me to put my foot down against others. You understand, right? Anyway, if this makes you want to spend less time with the others, then that's fine. I'll be happy to spend time with you instead. Yeah, you seem the most normal one. Natsuki runs out of the classroom. Oh, hello. She quickly runs away. Oh dear. Well, it looks like they're done. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. I didn't mean it. Yuri's rocking back and forth on their desk with pounds on her forehead. Yuri, I didn't mean it. I believe you. I have no idea what Yuri might have said to you. She sounded very, very personal. Or did. Horace, please don't hate me. Please, I'm not like this. There's something wrong with me today. It's fine, Yuri. We know you didn't mean it. Besides, I'm sure Natsuki will forget all about it by tomorrow. I doubt so. Hopefully. Completely. Anyway, the meeting is over, so you can go home if you want. Yeah, let's run! Yeah, let's run! Yuri looks at me like she wants to say something, but she keeps glancing at Monika. You can go first, Monika. I'll stay a little bit longer. I'm the president, so I should be the last one out. I'll wait for you to be done. Well, I'm vice president, so please let me take the responsibility today. Kinda sounds like you don't want me around for something, Yuri. Yeah, it's not that. It's not that. I didn't get much of a chance to discuss my book with Zanzaris. It would just be a little embarrassing with you listening. I guess I don't really have a choice, do I? I'm sorry for causing trouble. Oh, what the Alright, I'm taking a break. I need a drink and I'm going back to Natsuki with this. Whoa! Oh god, nightmares creeping back up again. Alright, see you next time, take care. Bye bye.